Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Robert Sports Show. I'm your host, Robert. Alright, as we've gone through this January so far, we've done a lot of the showcase of the independents. Now we are talking about one of the big boys. We are talking about the World Wrestling Entertainment, the best of WWE 2022. There's been so many matches, so many great matches. We're going to do the best of the best. We're going to include NXT, so it's going to be WWE and NXT. So like we've been doing, we're going to run down all the champions in WWE right now, and then we will get to the best matches. So WWE Champion, Roman Reigns. The WWE Universal Champion, Roman Reigns. The WWE Intercontinental Champion, Gunther. The WWE United States Champion, Austin Theory. The WWE Raw and SmackDown Tag Team Champions, the Usos, Jimmy and Jay. The WWE Women's Raw Champion, Bianca Belair. WWE SmackDown Champion, Charlotte Flair. The WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, Damage Control, Dakota Kai and Io Sky. The NXT Champion, Braun Breaker. The NXT North American Champion, Wes Lee. The NXT Tag Team Champions, The New Day, Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods. The NXT Women's Champion, Roxanne Perez. The NXT Women's Tag Team Champions, Katana Chance and Kaden Carter. Currently still listed as the NXT UK Heritage Champion is Noam Dar. I don't understand how this title is technically still active. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me when NXT UK has been shut down and we've got NXT Europe hopefully on the horizon in 2023. All depends on with Vince McMahon returning and looking at possibly selling the company. What is that going to do for NXT Europe? We don't know yet. Hopefully if Disney or one of them that are up to buy it would go ahead and buy it and maybe leave Tripp in charge and still expand. I think that would be cool. But there's still a lot to do in the next 3 to 6 months to see what happens with that. So in 2022, there was 1,425 matches, WWE and NXT combined, 970 men's, 433 women's, and 22 mixed intergender, mixed match, whatever you want to call it, tag matches. We're going to go through the best. Now, there's 32 matches in 2022 that I gave 4-star or more to. So I'm going to go ahead and run down all 32 of those. Obviously, WWE being the big boy, one of the top dogs in professional wrestling, we're going to go ahead and expand that a little bit for them. Now, there are going to be 17 matches that are 4-star. Now, just like I've said in some other shows, these 4-star matches are not necessarily in a particular order. They're just all the 4-star matches. So there may have been a 4-star match that you would like better than others. I know there's 2 4 3/4-star matches. Pick your poison on which one you would consider number one. This is how I rank them. I rank every match the same, 0 to 5. No match will ever get above 5 for me. No match will ever go negative for me. If it's like a Money in the Bank cash in, it's going to be a 0. If it's a squash match, if it's like two moves and done, it's a 1/4 star, and then I work out from there. When I rate a match 4 3/4 to 5, I try not to go, oh, that's 5-star match. Just automatically let's give it 20 minutes. If it's 20 minutes or longer, and it's one of those go, spot, holy hell, you're on the edge of your seat, you can't believe what you just saw, I've never seen that before kind of moves, then those are the ones that get 5-star in my book. Alright, so number 32, Clash at the Castle. Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre for the WWE and WWE Universal Championships. Now, right now, the lineage of those two titles are still separate. So when I talk about them, I'm going to talk about them separately. Same way with the tag titles. Technically, if you look up WWE Raw tag titles and WWE SmackDown tag titles, they have not been unified yet. So number 32 is Clash at the Castle, World Title Match, Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre. Roman Reigns retaining, 4-star. And then next up, we have WWE World Heavyweight Title, Universal Title, etc. in the SmackDown episode 1191, June 17th, Roman Reigns versus Riddle, 4-star match. Next up from SmackDown, November 11th, episode 1212, For the tag titles, we have the champion, the Usos, versus the New Day. Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods taking on Jimmy and Jey Uso. Usos retained, 4-star. Next up, we have the Raw Women's title line in a triple threat match. Whatever, triple threat. It's a singles match. My bad. Bianca Belair versus Becky Lynch. Bianca Belair getting the victory there. I gave it 4-star. And then the rematch. Oh, hold on. I'm jumping ahead of myself here. So that was Hell in a Cell. Okay, the Raw Women's match was from Hell in a Cell. Bianca Belair, Becky Lynch, Bianca winning, 4-star. The rematch to that for the Raw Women's title was SummerSlam, July 30th. Bianca Belair versus Becky Lynch, Bianca Belair winning. I gave that match 4-star. Number 27 on the list comes from WWE Survivor Series War Games, the men's War Games match. The Bloodline, Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso, Roman Reigns, Sami Callihan, Solo Sikoa versus Drew McIntyre, Kevin Owens, the Brawling Brutes, Butch, Rich Holland, and Sheamus. As we saw here, a lot of people thought Kevin Owens and Sheamus were going to leave together. Obviously, Sami Zayn turned on Kevin Owens to help the Bloodline. I ultimately think in the next 2 months, we are going to see, 2.5 months, we are going to see either Roman Reigns kick Sami Zayn out, which is more likely. So the Bloodline turns on Sami Zayn. Kevin Owens comes out for the rescue. We have Usos versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn at WrestleMania. And then night 2 of WrestleMania, we have new tag team champions. That's my prediction right now. Obviously, a lot can change. We have 2 nights of WrestleMania to fill. We'll see what happens there. But I gave that War Games match 4-star. WrestleMania 38, the Saturday edition. Raw Women's title, Bianca Belair versus champion Becky Lynch. This is when Bianca beat her for the title. I gave that 4-star. From WrestleMania Saturday, April 2nd, we had Cody Rhodes versus Seth Rollins. And this is Cody Rhodes' return. The prodigal son returns to WWE to face Seth Rollins. Cody wins. 4-star match. We all know beyond that, him getting hurt. He's supposed to be coming back more than likely WrestleMania or Royal Rumble. Pretty good chance from what I've been reading that WWE will be separating the titles, which makes a lot of sense actually to do that. And then more than likely we'll have Cody win the Raw title, which is the WWE Championship, the one that Roman's had the least, and then he'll keep the Universal title. And then that way, what I would like to see happen is to get rid of the ugly title they have now, the black one, and bring back the old gold belt that WCW had, and a version of that, like NWA/WCW version, kind of the Dusty Rhodes version for Cody to have. Now, I know a lot of people, there was talk back in WrestleMania 38 era when Cody left AEW to come to WWE, that was the downfall of AEW. I think AEW's grown from there, my opinion. I'm a wrestling fan. I watch all kinds of independent wrestling, AEW, Impact Wrestling, New Japan, WWE. One man doesn't make a company. I'm sorry, they don't. Every company has survived without certain people. Regardless. That's how the wrestling business works. But I wanted to see Cody win the title. I think when Cody left WWE, he was not a world champion material. I think everything he's done outside of WWE has made him a world champion material. Main event night 2, win the WWE Championship. That would be just the holy grail. Too bad Dustin couldn't be there with him, but I would like to see if they can make it happen. Dustin be in the crowd if Cody does win and celebrate in the ring with him, but we'll see if that can be done or not. All right, number 24 on the list comes from WrestleMania 38 Sunday, Edge versus AJ Styles. Obviously, you know what to think of AJ Styles. I got a shirt on. I'm an Edge head as well. Edge winning that match, I gave it 4-star. From Backlash, May 8th, we had SmackDown Women's title line. We had champion Charlotte Flair going up against Ronda Rousey. Rousey winning the title there in an I Quit match. I give it 4-star. It was a really good match. Ronda winning, and then Charlotte coming back recently and beating her in 2 seconds on SmackDown. I think Ronda's got a lot of negativity behind her. I don't think she's a prototypical WWE star. I think the crossover, it worked, yes, but I don't think Ronda's happy, and I think Ronda's a handful backstage. So I think that is done, but that's just, again, my opinion. Number 22 on the list comes from NXT. God, this was horrible. NXT 2.0. NXT Stand and Deliver April 2nd. NXT North American title on the line in a ladder match. We had Cameron Grimes versus Carmelo Hayes. That boy is going to be a star. I knew that boy was going to be a star when he wrestled for Northeast Wrestling. Versus Grayson Waller versus Santos Escobar versus Solo Sikoa. Cameron Grimes getting the North American title here in a 4-star match. Next up, number 21 on the list comes from NXT Worlds Collide. I'm not putting the 2.0 in front of it. For the North American title, hey, yours truly. We just spoke of him. Carmelo Hayes versus Ricochet in a 4-star classic. Carmelo Hayes getting the victory there. Number 20 on the list comes from NXT Deadline, December 10th. The Men's Iron Survivor Challenge. This match was cool. Iron Survivor Challenge. If you guys didn't see it, you got to go check it out on Peacock. So it starts off with 2 people. They wrestle. 90 seconds later, a third person comes in. If you get pinned, you get put in the cage for 90 seconds or whatever it was. Axiom did a couple things off the little cage, a little room, whatever you want to call it. Grayson Waller, just the heelness that he is. He got a quick pinfall. Everybody had 2 falls coming down to the end. He pinned Axiom with like 10, 15 seconds left, maybe 30 seconds. People realized he just got the pin. He went up 3 falls and everybody else had 2, except for JD McDowell. No, I think he didn't have any at the time, or 1. So Grayson Waller's running around the announce table, running around the ring, because nobody could pin Axiom because he had to go into the penalty box. And so everybody was chasing Waller. Why somebody didn't go in and just take a dive for somebody to make it tight, I don't know. But this was even, I thought it was cool the way they ended it. And then kind of the heelishness of Grayson Waller getting the victory there. I gave that a 4-star. I thought that was a really cool thing they did. And I like the idea of it. He gets that. As a matter of fact, tomorrow night he gets that title shot. My guess is he's going to win. And Braun Breaker will go on their main roster. Number 19 on the list comes from NXT UK. March 3rd, episode 186. NXT UK World Heavyweight title. Champion Ilya Dragunov versus Nathan Frazer. Ilya Dragunov getting the victory. I gave it 4-star. Next up, NXT UK, episode 191, April 7th. NXT title. Champion Ilya Dragunov versus Roderick Strong. Ilya Dragunov getting the victory. I gave it 4-star. Next up, we had episode 196, NXT UK, May 21st. NXT UK World Heavyweight title on the line. In a loser leaves match, Ilya Dragunov versus Jordan Devlin. Ilya Dragunov retaining his title in a 4-star match. Jordan Devlin did leave. He went on to NXT and became JD McDonald. I wish he would have kept the name Jordan Devlin, but hey, my opinion. Number 16 on the list, from June 2nd, episode 199 of NXT UK, the NXT UK World Tag Team titles on the line in a triple threat match. Champions Mustache Mountain, Trent Seven and Tyler Bate versus D-Family, Rajah and Tailman versus the team of Ashton Smith and Oliver Carter. Ashton Smith and Oliver Carter getting the victory. Gave it 4-star. Number 15 on the list comes from NXT Weekly, episode 610, January 4th, NXT Championship. Champion Tommaso Ciampa versus Braun Breaker. Tommaso Ciampa losing his title to Braun Breaker in a 4-star match. Number 14 comes from Clash of the Castle, September 3rd, Seth Rollins versus Riddle. Seth Rollins getting the victory. I gave that 4 1/4. That was pretty good. Next up, we had number 13 from Crown Jewel, November 11th. The WWE Championship and the Universal Championship on the line. Champion Roman Reigns versus Logan Paul. Who knew this boy could wrestle? Logan Paul put it to Roman Reigns that day. 4 1/4 star match with Roman Reigns retaining his title. Number 12 on the list comes from Extreme Rules, October 8th, 6-man tag. A good old-fashioned Donnybrook. We had the Brawling Brutes, Butch, Rich Holland, Sheamus. Please change Butch's name back to Pete Dunne. Please, please, please. Versus Imperium, Ginovi, Vinci, Gunther, and Ludwig Kaiser. Really? We can't just leave the names they used to have? Come on now, people. The Brawling Brutes. Pete Dunne, known as Butch, Ridge Holland, and Sheamus getting the victory. He gave it 4 1/4. From SummerSlam, July 30th, the tag titles on the line, champion the Usos versus the Street Profits. I am tired of seeing this match. We saw it a lot in 2022. The Usos did retain. It was good, 4 1/4. Next up from SummerSlam, the WWE title. How I gave this cluster crap number 10 on the list for the WWE title, Universal title at SummerSlam. Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar. Roman Reigns winning, 4 1/4 star match. The clusterness that was that match. Number 9 on the list comes from WrestleMania Backlash, May 8th. Cody Rhodes versus Seth Rollins. Cody getting the victory in 4 1/4 star match. Number 8, NXT Worlds Collide. NXT title, NXT UK title. This was the unification of the NXT titles and the UK titles, so we get rid of the UK. We had champion Braun Breaker, the NXT champion, versus the NXT UK champion Tyler Bate. Braun Breaker became the undisputed NXT champion, 4 1/4 star match, and we've not seen much of Tyler Bate. Hopefully he goes somewhere else, like No Progress, Red Pro, New Japan, something like that. That's where he needs to be. Number 7 on the list comes from Halloween Havoc, October 22nd, NXT North American title, and a ladder match. Once again, a ladder match for the North American title. Wes Lee, Carmelo Hayes, Nathan Frazer, O.R. Minshash versus Von Wagner, and Wes Lee becoming your North American champion in a 4 1/4 star match. Number 6 comes from SmackDown, June 10th, episode 1190, Intercontinental title, Gunther versus Ricochet. You're talking about the styles make fights. I've said that before. You're talking about 2 different styles. They're the high-flying Ricochet versus Gunther. Gunther is just an incredible athlete in himself. Him winning the IC title back on June 10th, 4 1/4 star match, still has that title today. The next 3 matches will be 4 1/2 star matches. We have July 2nd, Money in the Bank, the tag titles, the Usos versus the Street Profits. Usos retaining, that's 4 1/2. NXT UK, September 1st, episode 212, NXT UK title. Basically, brother versus brother almost. I mean, these guys were teammates for the length of NXT UK. Tyler Bate and Trent Seven, Mustache Mountain. Those 2 boys went out there, and the big strong boy, Tyler Bate, getting the victory. We've since seen Trent Seven on AEW a few times. Tyler Bate made a couple appearances in NXT. I'm hoping he goes somewhere. I'm hoping to see Trent Seven back as well. Both of those are great talented. I can't believe WWE let him go. 4 1/2 star match. The last 4 1/2 star match, which I have as number 3 here, from Halloween Havoc, October 22nd. Triple threat match for the NXT title. Braun Breaker, Ilya Dragunov, JD McDowell. Braun Breaker retaining the title, 4 1/2. So the next 2 can be determined viewer's choice. Which one's number 1, which one's number 2. The Hell in a Cell between Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins. And then the IC title at Clash of the Castle between Gunther and Sheamus. I gave them both 4 3/4. Gunther retaining this title and Cody winning the Hell in a Cell. I've seen a lot of people going 5 on both of those. I mean, I may have to rewatch them to see. There's been a couple matches in the past that I've went 4 3/4 and then rewatched and went, that's 5. The WrestleMania match, Shawn, Tripp, and Chris Benoit, and then the Backlash match, Shawn, Tripp, and Chris Benoit. I went from 4 3/4 to 5 on those. I may go back and rewatch these in coming weeks, months, years, and may look at eventually raising those higher, but right now I have them at 4 3/4. So that is the top 32 matches. All the matches I gave 4-star to for WWE in 2022. As always, thanks for watching the Robert Sports Show. Stay tuned to Robert Sports Show. We're going to try before Royal Rumble, have the best of the Royal Rumble, go over some stats and stuff, and the best matches in Royal Rumble history, and kind of rate the Rumbles. I've done it before. Probably going to try to redo that for the pay-per-views in 2023. Make sure you check out Showcase of the Independents. I'm having that up here. I got some other wrestling previews as well. I have a preview and review of Impact Wrestling, Hard to Kill, I have reviews of multiple Game Changer Wrestling shows from 2022. If you are a WWE fan and you want to check out some independent wrestling, right here's Rubber Sports Show is the place to do it. The best of, you can check it all out on Fight TV as well. $4.99 a month for Fight Plus. Well worth it. One of the great values in pro wrestling today. As always, thanks for watching Rubber Sports Show. Don't just have a great day. Have a spiffy day. Rubber Sports Show, your YouTube leader, sports on content.